You are watching the Big Ten on ESPN. Welcome to Jimmy V Week for Cancer Research on ESPN as we continue our commitment to the V Foundation and Jim Valvano's dream to defeat cancer. Tonight, we are at Assembly Hall in Bloomington, Indiana for a matchup between SIU Edwardsville and 13th ranked Indiana. And with former Valparaiso head coach Homer Drew, I'm Jordan Burnfield. Coach, Indiana's coming off a huge victory over North Carolina on Wednesday, 76-67 over the Tar Heels, but they lost that man. OG Anunoby fell awkwardly after a dunk late in the game, and he is out indefinitely. What impact will this have on the Hoosiers?
He's definitely going to be missed, without question. He's very dynamic on offense, but his best ability is he can guard 1 through 5 on defense. And what Coach Tom Crean has put together as a team, a number of people averaging a double figure point-wise, so they're going to be picked up as a team.
And we've got the two teams on the floor now as we get set to go. The Indiana Hoosiers at 5-1 on the season and trying to move to 6-1. Our officials tonight, Ted Valentine, Steve McJunkins, and Scott Seville. And we are underway here at the Assembly Hall, and it's Jalen Henry going right to the basket on the first possession, and the Cougars strike first.
He came off a nice screen and took it all the way in, and talking with Coach Harris, he's really concerned about rebounding, and you can see the size that IU has over the Cougars. But they're playing hard, and they got a good start.
Now the first possession for Indiana. Josh Newkirk, a three-try, no good, and the rebound comes down to Robert Johnson. Indiana, a little bit of a different lineup tonight. Is OG Anunoby not in, Jawan Morgan in instead. Morgan tried to tip back the shot from Bryant. It's off target, and it's now Christian Ellis with the basketball for the Cougars.
And SIU Edwardsville started out man-to-man defense, and on offense they're very patient, want to try to get IU into more of a half-court game rather than this transition that IU is just very, very scoring-wise at 86 points per game.
This is Henry now, a three-try off target, the rebound to Newkirk. Indiana, the highest scoring team in the Big Ten so far, just under 87 points per contest. Thomas Bryant working underneath against Henry. They work it around, and Blackman for three. That's off target as well, and the rebound comes down to Christian Ellis.
Nice teamwork by IU. They shared the ball and got a good look and just missed the shot.
And it's out of bounds, Indiana basketball. That's John Harris. He's the head coach at SIU Edwardsville in his second season with the program and a former player and colleague of Tom Crean.
And a bright young man coming up in the coaching ranks because he's learned, had good mentors with Coach Tom Crean and also Coach Martin way out at Cal when he was at Tennessee and that. So he's got a good heritage around Coach John Harrison. He's going to be very, very talented in the future too.
Off the miss, Josh Newkirk going to the basket. Contact, no call, and the rebound comes down to Henry. John Harris played at Marquette, and his final year was 2001-2002, then was a assistant coach on the Dwayne Wade-led Marquette team that went to the Final Four.
Good steal, good drive.
Blackman can't finish underneath, and Ellis comes down with it, and Indiana still without a point, 2.5 minutes into this one.
Ellis, nice-looking freshman, gets in there and is directing the offense in the half court.
And there's Tom Crean in his 9th season at Indiana, 153 and 120 with the Hoosiers, and said he didn't know how he was going to feel facing a former player. First time he's ever scheduled a game against one of his former players, but said that he loves John Harris, loves his family, and is excited that he's got this job at SIU Edwardsville. And there's a jumper good from Carlos Anderson.
And once you play against a former player, there's a lot of respect and there's a lot of love, but once that ball goes up, both of them are very competitive, and so it'll be, you forget about who you're playing and you focus on the game, how your team executes.
Up and under move, and a foul coming up against Indiana. The Hoosiers are 0 for 7 here in the early going from the field. Robert Johnson called for the foul. That is his first.
Nice little step back move here and nothing but net, but he gets faced up, did a little what we call a rocker step, and nice shot. What has really impressed me, Jordan, so far is that the Cougars have controlled the tempo. They've kept IU from just running, and they've gotten into half court and have executed their half court very well.
This is Carlos Anderson at the free throw line, the sophomore out of Alton, Illinois. 4th on the team in scoring. Last year was 2nd on this club. And John Harris's first year at the helm, splits the free throws. And here comes Newkirk for IU.
Good high ball screen by Edwards. He's hit and rolls down inside, and where they're slanting inside to help on the big guy.
James Blackman working against Simmons, now to a posting Bryant. Trying to shoot for the Hoosiers. Bryant trying to use his size, and it's knocked away.
Good defense, good collapsing.
And Ellis with the offensive foul. It's coming back the other way. Christian with his first. But take a look, Thomas Bryant not going to get blocked a lot underneath him.
No, but boy, he goes up, and what a leaper that Simmons is. He got 2 feet up and blocked that. Very impressive. Good drive here. You can see he was in position. Charge, good call by Ted Valentine, who's been around for a while and is still great shape and one of our best officials.
Indiana 0 for 7 from the field so far. They've been held scoreless to start this game. Zach McRoberts in the corner, knocks down the 3.
Nice speed, nice look, good shot. Gets them on the scoreboard.
One thing you have to worry about if you're Indiana is a little bit of a hangover after such an emotional and big win against North Carolina on Wednesday night.
In fact, Coach Tom Crean was talking about they took yesterday off just because they were bumped and bruised and tired from a very physical, fast-paced game.
This is Blackman running to the basket, and he is fouled underneath by Jalen Henry.
We got a nice look in here, wide open, makes the 3, his feet or stands. We got a good game here. Come back, people.
8 days after being upset at Fort Wayne, 13th ranked Indiana knocked off previously unbeaten number 3 North Carolina in the ACC Big Ten Challenge. It was the Hoosiers' second win this season over a top 3 opponent as they defeated then number 3 Kansas in overtime on November 11th. And the place rocked. It was loud. It was electric. You couldn't hear yourself think. James Blackman Jr. scored 14 points, grabbed 9 rebounds for the Hoosiers. OG Anunoby led Indiana with 16 points on 6 of 8 shooting and a pair of blocked shots. Of course, Anunoby out tonight after suffering an ankle injury on a dunk late in the game. He is out indefinitely, and the Hoosiers certainly hope to have him back soon. Jordan Burnfield and Homer Drew back with you here at Assembly Hall in Bloomington. And it really, Homer, when you look at that dunk again, and I've watched the replay this several times, it doesn't look like a play in which Anunoby would get hurt, but just an awkward landing.
He came down and he just rolled his ankle, which is going to be missed. But boy, did he soar on that dunk. I mean, athleticism. It was just a beautiful, beautiful play. In fact, one of the writers here said it created a moment. You almost have to go back to Grant Hill when he made that one-handed tip-in for Duke. So what a beautiful play.
It was a beautiful play, and OG Anunoby, just an outstanding athlete. And with the way that the schedule sets up for Indiana, not likely to play when they play Southeast Missouri State on Sunday, the Hoosiers, but then we'll see in the next couple of weeks how that ankle's doing and when he'll be able to get back on the floor. Certainly IU would like to have him back by the time they get to Big Ten Conference play. And the Hoosiers now in front after 2 free throws from James Blackman.
Cougars being very patient on offense, running their offense well, getting screening, coming off ball screens, getting down screens to try to free up people. And they like to put the ball down a little bit, Jordan. They're actually penetrating and trying to get into the size that IU has.
Robert Johnson picks up his second personal foul, so he comes out of the game. The freshman Curtis Jones in now for Indiana. Hoosiers started 0 for 7 from the field, but now with a 1-point lead here early on. This is Justin Benton pulling up for the jumper, and the rebound to Jawan Morgan.
Morgan, nice job, good position. He's a nice, smooth, easy jumper as well. Cougars still in man for man. Done a good job with it so far.
Morgan into the paint and a strong move off glass.
Spoke too soon because a nice drive. Morgan, he goes in and he uses that size and athletic ability and just goes up for a nice, what we call a power layup, using his body to shield the defensive so he can't get to the ball.
Carlos Anderson now in on Morgan and a nice runner. Anderson with 4 points here early for the Cougars of SIU Edwardsville.
Anderson, one of the best all-around players that the Cougars have. He defends well, he rebounds, and he really likes to, just what you and I saw, Jordan, he likes to drive and slash into the hole. Nice job.
Last year was the second highest scoring freshman in the OVC, so certainly burst onto the scene. Keenan Simmons picks up his first personal foul.
Simmons was a little too handsy on the inside. Nice strong move here again. Easy 2 points for the Hoosiers.
Jawan Morgan with his first bucket of the game, the sophomore. And he's a guy, Homer, that Tom Crean told us before the game they really need to step up, especially with the absence of Anunoby.
He's got a number of players that can step up, and he's definitely one of those. 9 players of Coach Tom Crean's average double minutes in playing time, so their depth is very solid.
Brandon Jackson picks up the foul, and now Indiana will trigger it back in, up a point.
Got 2 point guards in there. You got Josh, and then you got one of their nice-looking freshmen in there, Curtis Jones.
Blackman nearly lost it. The ball loose, and Blackman gets it back. Feeds underneath for Newkirk.
Beautiful pass, beautiful pass. I like the way that he looked and he saw his teammate coming inside, and Curtis right on into his teammate, and it made a beautiful play.
And now McRoberts defending here on Trey Harris, and it's going the other way.
Number 31, Thomas Blackman.
Well, you're going to watch this pass. Good hustle here by Blackman. He penetrates right down the middle, sees his teammate cutting, and Josh puts it away. Very nice teamwork. Good bounce pass. Good, simple, nice, crisp bounce pass. Led to the score.
And now the Hoosiers back on offense. Blackman pulls up for 3. That's short, and the rebound comes to Trey Harris, leading scorer for SIU Edwardsville, despite the fact he comes off the bench. He is the nephew of head coach John Harris.
Trey, a really good shooter right there. You can see he has a quick release, and distance is no problem. He can step back to almost beyond that NBA 3 and have a good stroke.
This is coming back the other direction. James Blackman will go take a seat on the bench. Christian Ellis back in for SIU Edwardsville, and he'll bring it across for the Cougars.
You've got Brock in there, and you've got Trey Harris. You've got 2 good scores in there for the Cougars now.
And a steal by McRoberts. Zach pushing it across. Thomas Bryant able to corral it and put it in.
Run, big fella, run. He sprinted all the way down there, and a good lead pass in there. Now, like Ellis, number 13 from SIU Edwardsville, he came and hustled and almost destroyed that little easy basket that Edwards had.
This is Burak Eslick with a sweet move past Bryant.
He's a senior, and he is very crafty. He can shoot the threes, and he can penetrate and score like we just saw.
Burak Eslick, a kid from Istanbul and a transfer from Lewis and Clark Community College. He was playing for former Illini great Deion Thomas there. And on the staff was John Harris's brother. And so when he decided to transfer, and Deion Thomas no longer coaching over there, he decided, why don't I go play for Coach's brother and John Harris at SIUE.
And Coach Harris was excited and delighted.
Absolutely, and Eslick second on the team in scoring this season so far, just under 11 points per game.
And in practice, both those two were shooting the ball very well in preparation for the game.
Now it's Johnson for Indiana, and he threw it away. Thought he was going to get it to Curtis Jones, but instead he turned the other direction and threw it right to the bench of SIUE. And checking in now is Devontae Green, younger brother of Spurs guard Danny Green, on the floor for IU. He guards Ellis.
Ellis done a nice job with the pressure. He's left-handed, and he uses his left hand solidly.
And a steal by Thomas Bryant. How about the big man getting the hand in there?
Well, I tell you, Bryant did a great job in anticipating and coming over.
And so did Morgan as he puts in the basket. He's got 4 points now, and Indiana leads by 5. Ellis against Green. This is Harris, and he traveled.
Nice ball fake, though. He got the ball up high and faked. He just slid his foot a little bit on there. But you're going to enjoy watching the big fella run the floor, because Thomas Bryant, he just takes off. Good lead pass. Good hustle by Ellis, but he stays with it, puts it in.
Hoosiers leading SIU Edwardsville, seeking their 6th win of the season after that big win on Wednesday night against North Carolina. And Indiana excited about playing SIUE because of the coaching connection. You see Tom Crean in the middle right there, the head coach of Marquette, and John Harris, one of his players, his pupil, now coaching against him tonight. And Harris, a member of that 01-02 team at Marquette that Tom Crean and Harris led to an NCAA tournament berth. Of course, the next year they went to the Final Four with Harris on the coaching staff with Coach Crean. But John Harris, a guy that Tom Crean said before the game, what I loved about John Harris is that this is a guy that would do anything to win. And he just has so much respect for what Harris is doing at SIUE.
And Harris has that same energy with his team. You can tell that he's very competitive. And he looks good enough that I think he can still play a little bit. Yeah. He's slim, and he was electrifying at rebounding the ball. He was just tenacious at going after the ball. So it's nice to see him in coaching. The statistics show us that IU's only shooting 33%, but where they're getting their points is 8 of them are on the inside. And this is what Coach John Harris was concerned about, the size inside. Now they're going to a 3-2 zone, try to give a different look to Indiana here. 3-2 meaning they've got, you can call it a 3-2 or a 1-2-2 zone, whatever. But they've got that lined up, and they've got Anderson at the top.
And this is Johnson from the wing, firing a 3 off target. The rebound, Thomas Bryant underneath.
That's the way to be a zone buster. You just rebound and put the ball right back in. And for young people, look what Thomas Bryant did. He went and rebounded the weak side. So when the ball is taken on one side of the floor, work your way to the opposite side, because that's where 68% of the shots usually will end up.
This is Ellis in traffic, and he puts it high off glass. Christian Ellis, the freshman out of Oakland, California, a kid that John Harris recruited while he was an assistant at Cal under Quanzo Martin. And that's the second block for Keenan Simmons.
Very nice. Came over from the weak side, made good timing, and rejected that.
SIUE basketball. This is Anderson against Jawan Morgan. It's stripped away, and here comes Devontae Green. Cross-court feed. Johnson for 3. Buries it.
Nice shot. Good pass from Green. Nice skip pass, and again, that transition was a concern for the Cougars coming in. Transition and rebounding.
Indiana now up by 8. SIU Edwardsville trying to get back on the board with Ellis, and he lays it off glass again.
Ellis, very nice. Nice left-hand dribble. He protects his body, hangs a little bit in there. Good move for a freshman. Not timid, very aggressive.
Ellis in 2 straight weeks has won the Ohio Valley Conference Freshman of the Week award. One of the first recruits for John Harris as he tries to build SIUE in the Ohio Valley Conference. Ron Davis feeding out Bryant for an open 3.
And Bryant says, hey, I can go inside, but I can go outside as well. And he worked on that shot during the shoot-around today.
Thomas Bryant's so dangerous, Homer, because he's a big man who can do that. Big man who plays like a guard.
And that's why they had 24 NBA scouts here on Wednesday looking at both North Carolina and Indiana University.
Near travel but no call. Now 5 seconds on the shot clock. Jalen Henry has it knocked away by Bryant, and that's a shot clock violation.
We can get a good look here of Bryant on the inside. He works on that weak side, goes up strong, and I like this. 1 dribble, 2 dribble, and he goes to the other side to protect anyone from blocking his shot. And then here we push. Green, nice skip pass. Good look. Ooh, pretty. And then why not a big fella taking a 3-point shot? He works on it in practice, and he gets the reward in the game.
Thomas Bryant, 7 of the last 9 Hoosier points. And he is certainly a special player, second on the team in scoring, leading rebounder for IU as Newkirk is knocked down in a foul against Christian Ellis. That's his second.
Number 13, Christian Ellis, the second, the team 6.
Newkirk and Thomas Bryant having a little conversation there. IU has had so many injury issues over the last couple of years. The last thing they need is for anyone else to be injured.
It changes your season so quickly with an injury for any team. You hate to see that. These young men work year-round to be good. You just like for them to be able to be healthy because there's only 30-plus days, Jordan, that you get a chance to play, you know, in front of the crowd, your parents and whatever. So you want to be healthy on those 30-plus days.
Glenn Pierre Jr. picking up the foul.
That's why I hope OG gets back soon with them because he's worked very hard to put himself in a position to be a very effective player for his team and for this community and for Indiana University. So hope he recovers quickly.
Yes, and if you're just joining us, OG Anunoby out tonight, out indefinitely, a left ankle injury as Deron Davis knocks through the free throw. See OG there wearing the protective boot, but even when he can't run around the floor, you saw him at shoot-around today working on things that he can do even while seated, working on ball handling and things like that. Tom Crean said, even if the guy can't play, we still want him working on things and thinking basketball.
His philosophy that, you know, you can't use your legs, but you can use your arms. So he's working on dribbling on the side, working on shooting around the basket in a chair, that you always keep improving.
Indiana improves its lead to 11, 23-12, and now a foul away from the ball. That's against Curtis Jones, his first.
I like Brian over there. He's just talking to Curtis and showing him how exactly get his hands so you don't get those. And he gives him encouragement.
Curtis Jones, an exciting freshman for IU, had a big game against Kansas when the Hoosiers were able to win in the Armed Forces Classic. This is Benton for 3 from the wing, and Jones comes down with the rebound.
Curtis comes from over there. He's got long arms for a freshman. Good point guard. He sees the floor well. He handles the ball well. Cougars back to man for man. Good pass on the inside by Blackman.
Deron Davis, a nice move underneath.
Nice move. A kind of a turnaround fadeaway, which was a nice shot.
Davis, another freshman from Aurora, Colorado. Named Mr. Basketball in the state of Colorado by the Denver Post.
And Cougars need a basket here. They need to stop this little spurt that IU's on. Need to get a shot down.
Henry underneath. It's blocked by Thomas Bryant. Blackman pushes ahead. And Jones will slow it down for the Hoosiers.
Good call by the official, yes. He was 2 arms in the back of his back, just trying to hold some position inside, but pushed him.
Justin Benton picking up the foul.
Oh, nice move inside, pivots well, little fade away, and nice shot into the net. Nice little spurt they're on.
Welcome to Jimmy V Week for Cancer Research on ESPN as we continue our commitment to the V Foundation and Jim Valvano's dream to defeat cancer. Kylie is an avid North Carolina fan whose wish was to be at Assembly Hall for the showdown on Wednesday between the Tar Heels and the Indiana Hoosiers. Her wish certainly came true as she was treated like royalty by coaches Roy Williams and Tom Crean. She may have been disappointed by the outcome, but was part of the electric atmosphere and a memorable college basketball experience. After the game, Roy Williams made a special point to spend a moment with Kylie before he got on the bus to join his team. Gotta love that story. And Tom Crean, head coach of the Hoosiers, so gracious with his time along with Roy Williams. And that's what it's about, when you can make a kid's dream come true. And certainly Wednesday night was an unbelievable atmosphere here at Assembly Hall. Just so loud and raucous as Indiana picked up the wire-to-wire win. But even the Carolina fan and Kylie had a wonderful night here in Bloomington.
Great coaches, but bigger hearts, you know, to take time out to help a young person. And it's just very impressive and speaks well for those two coaches.
Deron Davis at the free throw line for Indiana, trying to extend the lead. IU on a 7-0 run over the last 2:08, and then they can extend it to 9 here with Davis hitting the second free throw. But Homer, the turnovers have been an issue so far for SIUE.
One coach is happy, one coach is sad. I mean, it's 9 turnovers that the Cougars have, so Coach Harris not happy, but very happy is Coach Crean. They only have 2, and these turnovers are leading to baskets for IU.
Yeah, you saw it, 16 points off turnovers for Indiana after the block by Jones, and now Trey Harris able to run it down. 10 to shoot now. Anderson off target on the 3, and here comes Blackman.
Nice transition. Oh, he slips, but great try to get it back in and saves it.
How about that? Jones underneath to Newkirk. He lost it, but Indiana has it back. Blackman for 3. Davis the rebound underneath, and what a possession for Indiana.
Great effort on the boards. He just was relentless at going to get that offensive rebound and creating an easy one. Now we got a foul here. Blackman trying to put a little pressure in the back court and fouled him with it. But boy, what a good series of events here. Down on the floor, great pass up to save it. Curtis makes a nice bounce pass on the inside. And then we're going to end up with a nice score around the basket here. Wonderful rebound. Came out of his area to follow the ball, grab it high, finish it.
Deron Davis already 8 points here in the first half. He has never scored more than 8 in his young career as a freshman, and that's a 3-try good. That's Josh White.
Much needed basket. Nice shot, Josh, and they need to get a run here. They need to stop and get another basket or 2 in here before halftime comes. Back to a man-for-man defense now the Cougars are in. Been very strong going inside.
Davis strong there, but can't finish underneath, and now a foul against Indiana.
Finally gets a nice rebound on the inside to stop that aggressive play. Nice inside-outside look. Finally get a nice 3-point basket down and a much-needed basket for them.
Deron Davis picking up the foul, his first. And he goes to take a seat on the bench, but Tom Crean overall has to be pretty happy with what he's seen from Davis. Freshman getting better and better.
Good game to get a lot of players some playing time and some quality minutes in here.
Now a kick.
Boy, as a coach, Coach Harris is thinking, we just got to get a basket or 2 and get some stops and rebounds at the other end. Boy, it'd be nice to get closer to a 10-point deficit instead of a 14.
White will inbound. It comes into Trey Harris.
Nice curl screen. Good look on the inside.
Henry almost had it taken away. Can't finish the shot, though, over Morgan. And Jawan the rebound.
Good move, good look, just did not go down. Good switching man for man there. Oh, my goodness.
Curtis Jones throws it down.
Wonderful. They worked on this today, and Zach made a great bounce pass in the backdoor play, and Curtis put it down in. Nice, nice play. What you practice and reap in the games.
Indiana now up 16 here at Assembly Hall.
Need to get some movement here.
This is Harris for three. That's too strong, and the rebound to Blackman. Morgan into the paint, lost the handle and got it back.
Stayed with it.
Blackman for three. Too short, and it pinballs around to White. And a three on the other end, no good, and Blackman brings it the other way.
That would have been a big three. It would have been a big shot. Give a little momentum for the Cougars.
And a foul coming up.
Gonna love this one, boys. Josh, backdoor pass. Nice backdoor pass. Curtis, for a point guard, gets high in the air for that.
16-point lead on SIU Edwardsville. Just under 4 minutes to go here in the opening half of play. And Indiana picking up the big win on Wednesday night. And since the 11-12 season, it's only the Hoosiers and Duke with as many wins against the AP top three. 6 victories. Pretty impressive.
Very impressive.
Indiana certainly has been a great team over the years, but 6 wins against the top three, and on Wednesday night a wire-to-wire win over North Carolina. They've already got victories against Kansas and North Carolina, but a loss to Fort Wayne, which shows you that on any given night in college basketball, you never know what's going to happen.
And that's the excitement that you have in basketball, because if you look on paper, you know who's going to win. You don't even have to come. But it deals with humans, and we all humans have good days, and we have some not so good days. So it's wonderful to see the game and to see the emotion. You know, even tonight, they're still electric over their big win over North Carolina on Wednesday, and the fans are out supporting it. And it's hard for like a high major in one of your 5 big conferences, when you're playing teams that are not in those other 5, to get yourself focused in a mindset and ready to play. So it's just not an easy game. If you're the favored one, you still have to come out and produce and win that game.
And Indiana certainly has come out and produced so far tonight. A 33-15 lead as Robert Johnson is checked back in for the Hoosiers.
And the key to that, Jordan, has been the 1-for-8 shooting with the Cougars from the three-point line. If they could have just hit a couple more, they could get this a little bit closer for halftime.
Ellis working against McRoberts. Couple of moves, and the shot rims out. Ball pinballs underneath, and it's Keenan Simmons who comes up with it to put it through.
Nice move by Keenan. He got the ball and got it up very quickly before someone could come up and block it for him. Nice hustle.
Junior out of Michigan City, Indiana. 3rd in the OVC in rebounding, 2nd in block shots.
Into their 3-2 zone right now. Trying to change it up again. Ooh, nice screen.
Oh, but McRoberts misses the bunny. Morgan underneath. Now pulls it out and takes the three.
Morgan,
how about that?
Yeah, I loved it. He knew where he wanted to go. He wanted that corner shot.
It was like he was sneaking back there. Oh, look where I am. I'll take this shot.
Nice release. He went up and straight balance.
And now Morgan called for the foul on the other end. Morgan with his first personal
And you like the effort in here. He fakes it, says, I'll just back dribble a little bit. Oh, you're not coming out? Okay, look at the follow through. Beautiful form.
And he knew it too. He knew that was it.
Shooters have that great feeling. When it's going in, you just feel good about it.
Absolutely, and now here is Anderson at the free throw line. Carlos Anderson, 5 points in the first half as Thomas Bryant checks back in for the Hoosiers.
You got the biggies in now.
And Anderson connects on both free throws.
We got Davis and Bryan right in now. Now it's in the first press by the Cougars. A 2-2-1 press, falling back to their 3-2 zone.
In the corner, Blackman Jr. knocks down the three.
And that will take care of a zone in the press. You hit those threes, and boy, you think as a coach, I better try something different. Can't give him that easy look.
And a near steal, but Anderson keeps it, goes to the rack, and lays it in.
Wow, really nice move by Anderson. He drives, hangs a little bit, and uses his left hand.
Seen some nice moves from Carlos Anderson here in the first half. Now a foul, and it's going the other way. That'll go against Robert Johnson, an offensive foul away. Let's see it.
Good shot by Blackman. Took care of a transition and pushing it very nicely against their 2-2-1. Had a wide open look in the corner.
Well, Johnson now with 3 fouls, so he takes a seat on the bench. But fortunately for Indiana, they're up 18. Johnson certainly a very valuable player to the Hoosiers. Off the miss, that's Simmons underneath again, but can't finish, and it's a rebound for Freddie McSwain Jr., who just checked in. And the cross-court pass. Out of bounds, Bryant saying it should stay with the Hoosiers. And it will.
You like the transition of IU. Their smalls get out and run, the bigs get out and run, and it makes it very, very effective and very hard for the opposing coach, because you've got to get people back and size people so that they just don't get the ball inside for easy baskets.
Deron Davis working in the post on a double team.
Oh, nice teamwork. Nice teamwork.
And Deron Davis now with a new career high. He's got 10.
Wonderful. I tell you, Bryan was very unselfish. Instead of him taking the shot or putting it down, he went right back in to Davis. It was excellent.
And now a foul against the Hoosiers. That will go against Thomas Bryant. Christian Ellis will go back to the free throw line. 4 points in the game so far for Ellis, trying to add to that total.
I'm still marveling over that unselfishness that Bryan had. To give it up, to go right back into his teammate.
Thomas Bryant talked about how last year, with all the injuries for Indiana, he worked out really as a guard. I think that you've seen that in this first half so far. Homer stepping out, hitting the three-pointer, not having to go into the post, beating somebody else. He almost plays like a guard, even though he's 6'10", 255.
And there's an art to post passing, to get the ball inside without it getting stolen. And shows his versatility that he has from the three-point shooting. And even in practice, he was putting the ball down on dribbles and handling it very comfortably.
Blackman picks up his second personal, and so Ellis will get more opportunities at the free throw line. A minute 14 to go here in the half.
And you have to appreciate Coach Green and the staff because they teach and work the fundamentals. And you just had a chance to see that replay, which is wonderful. It's great teamwork, unselfishness, and young people, when you play 2-on-2 in the backyard, work on those game habits.
Absolutely. Watch Tom Crean's practices before the game, and they're just so well executed. Everything they do is tailored to the offense.
And he specializes with details, from pivoting to passing. He's really good at teaching.
Well, he's one of the best coaches in college basketball today. This is Morgan with 4 on the shot clock.
Nice drive. He uses the backboard. And in one of their shooting drills,
Thomas Bryant with a huge swat.
Came from the weak side and really got in the air.
Oh, he talked about him playing like a guard. That time he played like a big man. And a timeout taken by John Harris and SIUE.
And you'll watch this with Morgan. Oh, comes in and he's got two people there and he kisses it off the board very nicely. You and I saw, Jordan, they had shooting drills where they use it off the board. And this is what you want to do. And oh, what a block. What a block. I love how he elevated and soared and just smacked it.
He came from far out to make that play. And he is one of the reasons why Indiana, one of 3 ranked teams in the AP Top 25 right now. You see Purdue and Wisconsin. We saw Purdue last weekend. That's an awfully tough team, and Wisconsin just blew out Syracuse in the ACC Big Ten Challenge earlier this week. So there are some real quality teams atop the Big Ten.
Going to be good competition when January comes around.
Now out of the timeout. 14-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock here as the first half winds down.
Let's see what Coach Harris comes up with. A little re-screen, trying to get the ball inside to Anderson.
The double team feeds it out Henry, and the jumper no good at the end of the shot clock.
Well, they shot too soon because now IU gets to hold it for their last shot.
Clock winding down, 2 seconds. Morgan lost the handle, and that will end the first half. Indiana hit 4 of its last 5 field goals to end the first half, and the Hoosiers have a comfortable lead here in Bloomington. Tom Crane and company up 43-21 after 20 minutes. Cancer research on ESPN as we continue our commitment to the V Foundation and Jim Valvano's dream to defeat cancer. We are at Assembly Hall in Bloomington, Indiana. 13th ranked Indiana leading SIU Edwardsville 43-21 as we get set to start the second half with former Valparaiso head coach Homer Drew. Jordan Burnfield with you. Take a look at the Indiana coaching staff, and what's interesting, Homer, is you've got 3 assistants that all were head coaches in previous stops, so a very, very experienced staff for Tom Crane.
Yes, and they work very well together, but I'm going to throw you a new one in there. His coach Lionel Anderson, and he's the strength coach. And if you look to them, they are strong. They get up and down the floor very well. And what I've enjoyed about watching Coach Anderson, he relates very well to the players. He motivates them, he laughs with them, and pushes them. So, good addition.
Absolutely. Lionel Anderson, the 4th year in Indiana, 2nd year with the men's basketball team, came from the University of Houston, and also worked with IU football. So maybe bringing a little of that IU football mentality to the strength and conditioning of these Hoosiers. Second half underway, and Juwan Morgan puts it in. And he will go to the line.
Looked like he was on the inside of the arc in there, and IU came out very well with the handling the basketball, moving the ball. Here he's driving baseline. Can't see the arc if he was inside the arc, but it looked like it from our advantage point here anyway. But Coach Harris is thinking, how am I going to get a stop? How am I going to get a stop in here so we can make a couple baskets at the other end? So critical to the first 3 or 4 minutes to try to get a little run for the Cougars.
Well, we saw last Sunday, Homer, when Indiana played Mississippi Valley State. It was about a 5-point game, 8-point game at halftime, and Indiana came out early in the second half and really put the stranglehold on the game. So we'll see if they respond in the same way tonight.
Very important to get a good shot here and get it down. They're running their half court well. It's just that IU's defense is good. Nice move.
That's Barak Eslick, and he's finally back on the board. Just 2 first-half points. And now with 4 tonight.
Very nice drive inside, even with the trees coming in. He did a good job in getting it up over him.
Second chance opportunity for Indiana after the rebound from Morgan. Bryant can't finish, but Morgan is there, and on the second chance puts it in.
Oh, and the strength of Coach Harris was his rebounding, so I think maybe he gets out there to help his team a little bit there. Gave up too many offensive boards, and they had to pay the price.
Jawan Morgan now a new career high, 14 points tonight. Deron Davis also a career high this evening. He's got 10. Eslick, nice move and puts it off glass.
Nice is right. He kind of hanged, he kind of suspended, and he drifted backwards and arched it high over the rim to use the backboard. Very nice shot and very planned shot.
Brock Eslick, an interesting story. At age 16, wanted to pursue a professional basketball career, had an opportunity to go to Fayetteville Christian Academy in North Carolina. He's an only child. His parents were a little skeptical of the decision, but convinced them to go. As Blackman pulls up for three and gets the roll.
Talk about soft touch. That was it. Nice follow through high arch, and it gets onto the rim, and it just bounces very softly around and falls in.
Eslick now, and he'll go to the free throw line.
He's come out determined to at least be aggressive. Watch him drive here. Left hand comes in, switches to the right hand, gets a nice roll, comes off here, out over the long reach of IU, and banks it in. Nice job.
And Eslick, a guy, to finish that story, came over to the States at age 16 at a host family that he credits, was instrumental in helping him along. He didn't speak a word of English. And as a 16-year-old, you're trying to position yourself to play college basketball. You're studying in high school, and oh, by the way, you don't even speak the language in the country. But persevered through all of it.
Courage, one, to come over without knowing the language, then two, the determination to learn and make your dream come true and play Division I. Just kudos to what hard work can do for any person in the United States of America.
Yeah, and Eslick ends up committing to Lewis and Clark, and then ends up at SIUE because the coach's brother was John Harris here at SIUE, and so an easy transition for him.
Curtis Jones, what a beautiful freshman. He made it look easy. He made it look easy off the board.
And Curtis Jones running ahead as Morgan gets the rebound and brings it across like a guard. Newkirk into the lane, and that one is stolen by Ellis, but he tried to save it, and it's out of bounds.
He walked on the out of bounds line down there. Here, take a look at this. This is beautiful in here. Nice hustle. He's on the floor, but his hand touches the out of bounds. Good hustle, freshman. Way to get on the floor and try to get a ball back in for another shot. I like that when you're down as many points as you are to keep playing.
I think they need the tightrope practicing to get Ellis to stay in bounds. What do you think, Coach? Think you'll bring a tightrope in sometime in a practice?
Coaches are very creative, Jordan, and we'll do anything to help us get a loose ball or get another possession to help our team.
Keenan Simmons picking up the foul. That is his second.
Look at Edwards still talking to the team and encouraging them.
Now Blackman inbounds underneath, and Bryant on the second chance. That's swatted away. Eslick ahead of the pack with Newkirk, and nice finish from Eslick.
Nice finish is right. Nice push by Christian to give his teammate Brock, and Brock got it up there nice and soft and touch.
And there's another block from Simmons.
Simmons timed that nicely.
He's got 3 blocks tonight. His career high is 4. And he's not intimidated by All-America candidate Thomas Bryant, and then certainly on the other end, says no thank you to James Blackman Jr.
Very good defense. Cougars still playing hard. They're playing hard defense.
And Bryant now fouled underneath by Simmons.
Simmons just wanted that next block. He's got to move his feet quicker so he can take a charge, because if you let Bryant get around you, you're not going to stop him very often.
3 fouls now on Simmons.
2 free throws, Indiana. Number 31, Thomas Bryant.
Thomas Bryant now to the free throw line. Bryant 8 points tonight. Sophomore out of Rochester, New York.
If I remember correctly, I think they have not missed a free throw yet tonight. I think they 9 for 9 now?
They would be 10 for 10 if that updates correctly, and yes. So how about that? Look at you, Homer. Staying on top of all those stats.
And good. I'm glad he made it. I didn't want to jinx him at all. Coaches get very concerned about those.
Thomas Bryant keeping it perfect for Indiana. I think if the analyst gives the broadcaster jinx, it seems not to be a big deal. When the play-by-play guy mentions the guy hasn't missed a free throw, it's almost a guarantee that he's going to miss. And Anderson put that shot up over Bryant, but a foul call.
Good thing, because he got bailed out of a difficult shot there.
Josh Newkirk picking up the foul. Nice crowd here at Assembly Hall in Bloomington. After Wednesday night's game, there was not an empty seat in this entire place.
Hard to hear when you were talking to your neighbor.
That's absolutely true.
And you love that atmosphere as a coach. You just love that. That adrenaline just feeds off to a team.
This is Jackson for two, off target, and it pinballs around back to Ellis.
Good pass, Ellis inside.
Deron Davis the swat. Blackman tried a no-look, and it's stolen away by Ellis. Here it comes. Thornton feeding Eslick.
Nice teamwork. Nice teamwork. Brock puts it in. He's come alive second half now. He's given him a good little spurt.
9 second-half points for Barack Eslick after he had just 2 in the first 20 minutes. Johnson inside.
Good pass. Good pass by Johnson. He waited to clear, so he had a nice angle to get that post feed on the inside. Here we are on the inside. Beautiful block. Just good timing off of the block. And then you get it at the other end. Comes in, shares the ball, gets it in for 2.
The Big Ten on ESPN. On October 14th, Indiana University unveiled the Mark Cuban Center for Sports Media and Technology. The Cutting Edge Center was made possible by a $5 million gift from Cuban, who graduated from IU in 1981 with a bachelor's degree in business. His generosity and vision have allowed IU to create a first-of-its-kind, cutting-edge, student-focused video broadcasting and technology center that makes IU athletics the national leader in 3D broadcast and replay, virtual reality, and 3D virtual studio technologies. Pretty cool to see some of that 3D video and those 3D replays that they do over at the Cuban Center, and it's right here inside Assembly Hall. As you walk in one of the main gates, you can walk right past it where they do all that work, and everybody's in IU red and white. You notice that too?
Very true. And you and I walked right by that and saw how many people utilize that. Nice gift by Mark Cuban. And then also to help other people at other universities to give and help our young people learn so that when they graduate, they can be very productive in society. So wonderful contribution.
Cream and crimson all over this arena. Certainly inside that Cuban Center where they're doing some great stuff.
Speaking about all over, boy, the transition points are 16-2 in favor of IU. Getting out and running has just really been lethal tonight for them.
Thomas Bryant near the end of the shot clock, a long three, no good. Deron Davis the rebound, but then stolen away by Thornton underneath. And now they're going to send it the other direction. Let's take a look.
Deep because the clock was running down, so that's why he had to shoot it that deep. But wonderful effort by Davis on the inside. And look, we get right on the floor again. And Davis was out of bounds, which is why it went back to the Cougars.
So now SIUE basketball. Ellis up over Blackman, doesn't get the roll. Got his own rebound around Bryant. Can't finish on the second try, in the long arms of Thomas Bryant there to get it.
I was almost hoping he'd make that. I tell you, Ellis did a wonderful job of getting it up over big 6'10" guys in there, and it just rolled off the rim. They've had a lot of just roll off. IU's have rolled in on those around the rim.
And that's Johnson through traffic. He's got 5 points now.
Boy, as Coach here is just working with our guys, just telling them, keep working, keep working. We want to get better for our future.
And a slip right there from Johnson, allowing that basket. Carlos Anderson with 10 points in tonight's game.
And Coach Crean, the ever teacher, very disappointed that they didn't get help side when his teammate dropped it and then drove around from him.
Thomas Bryant down on the floor.
See there, and Davis on the weak side needs to come over to help and protect and was too late getting there. Gave him too easy of a basket.
Bryant's all right, but looked to be a little bit shaken up on that last play. Indiana will play again on Sunday against Southeast Missouri State. And then they'll have a little bit of a break, get some of these guys healthy, like OG Anunoby, who is out tonight, out indefinitely with that left ankle injury. But certainly you want to keep Bryant feeling good. Johnson, the driving kick.
Nice patience by IU, still running.
Newkirk the miss, Morgan there to finish.
Morgan has a good sense for offensive rebounding. He has a feel where that ball is going and he can get in there. He slithers between people. Nice offensive rebound, nice putback.
And this is Henry in traffic, nearly lost it. Morgan tried to steal it from him, but it's out of bounds on Indiana. It will stay with SIUE.
Henry, a tough night with the big people inside, but I like his aggressiveness. Here's that offensive rebound. Goes right back up for an easy two.
Now Simmons, a long jumper off target, the rebound to Johnson.
Get back, Cougars. Oh.
Nice feed to Morgan.
Love the bounce pass, love the bounce pass. Johnson uses it effectively. It's hard to get your hands down to block a bounce pass. That's why it's so effective on a fast break.
And a timeout on the floor. Indiana is cruising. Robert Johnson, the feed underneath to a happy Jawan Morgan. Top 10 right now, and Kentucky still at the #1 spot. They are undefeated. Several undefeated teams right now. And take a look at North Carolina just suffering its first loss to Indiana. And that happened, of course, on Wednesday night right here in this very building. And some good games coming up on Saturday. You've got Kentucky and UCLA. And how about a game that you're going to be watching, Homer? I know you will be, because #9 Baylor, your son Scott, welcoming in 7th-ranked Xavier. So that should be a good one.
It'll be a very good one. Xavier really tough on the defense and tough-minded, and they play aggressive man-to-man, and then Scott likes that matchup zone that he uses. So it'll be a really good game to watch.
Game in Waco, and so I know a lot of people will be tuning in for that. Include me among those.
Good to hear.
Be watching for you, Homer. I'm always checking it out. Make sure I see what your sons are doing. Devontae Green back into the game, and now it's Morgan going against Simmons, and he almost lost it, but McRoberts will keep.
Nice job of backing it out, getting set up. Run what you want to run. Coach Green helping to give him a little spacing here.
And this is Johnson, tried the scoop shot, and it's way off target. What do you think John Harris told his team at the break?
I think he's saying, play hard, guys, play hard. Let's not worry about the score. Let's win the next 4-minute segment. Let's see if we can win a segment. But keep your team motivated, because they're playing for their future. They're playing to get better against a ranked team to help them when conference comes around. So this is all about execution. This is much better than just practicing hard. You have a chance to play against a superior team, and it makes you get better, raises your level of play.
How about that block from McRoberts on the last possession there, and now Anderson for SIUE. 5 to shoot, pulls up for the jumper, it's too strong, and the rebound comes out to Zach McRoberts.
Zach's going to be talking about that block shot, so he can join the rest of them.
That's right. Morgan. And a whistle.
Oh, he's going to love talking about this after the game. Goes in, locks it right up into the stands. Good anticipation.
gives Indiana the comfortable lead on SIU Edwardsville here in the second half. 11:36 remaining in Assembly Hall in Bloomington before a big crowd tonight. Tom Crean seeking his 154th victory at Indiana. Last year, of course, was the Big Ten Coach of the Year and has had a great tenure so far at IU. Now trying to get his team to the final weekend of the season.
And I love the very last one. He's graduated every senior. He wants them both on the floor to be productive and then also in the classroom.
And Tom Crean already in his 9th year at Indiana. Seems like I remember it like it was yesterday when he got hired here at IU.
Time goes quick.
Time
goes quick.
It really does.
In fact, time is, we're going to write down, you and I, we're going to have 61-34, and we're going to see who wins this next segment when the next timeout comes.
Josh Newkirk at least puts 3 on the board for Indiana to start this segment, and it's a 30-point IU lead.
Wow. Josh says, that's the way you want to be, Coach Drew. We're going to make sure we win this segment. Okay, Cougars, let's see if we can get one down. Still very, very good man-to-man defense.
This is Thornton rimming out. Morgan the rebound to Johnson. Johnson going around 2 defenders, and Henry swats it away.
How many is that for Henry now? Did Henry block that or swat it away, or was that?
That was 2 for Henry.
Okay, 2.
Simmons with 3. Newkirk for 3. Off target, and Morgan the rebound and a foul in the paint.
Morgan travels. Traveling mean that he runs to get rebounds. He just doesn't stand in one spot and hope the ball comes to him. He travels out of his area to a new area, and that's why he's so efficient at rebounding, especially on the offensive end.
Trey Harris picking up the foul. Redshirt sophomore right out of Edwardsville. And now another foul. This will go against Devin Thornton. That is his second.
And Morgan has 5 offensive rebounds. He leads the team with 5. Just like he has that feel where the ball's going to go, and he gets it. You know, rebounding is about going to get it. And he does a good job of tracking it down, and then he knows how to score after he gets it.
Very impressive night for Jawan Morgan. His first career double-double. He's got 18 points and 10 rebounds. Devontae Green dents a score sheet for the first time tonight. And some substitutions for IU. Blackman back into the game along with McSwain. And SIUE will bring it across. John Harris is a native of Edwardsville, Illinois, just suburban St. Louis. And for him, the challenge for SIUE in his second year is going to be something that I think he'll enjoy doing, as his nephew Trey Harris knocks down the 3.
Nice looking shot, deep range, and they need a few more like that. And when you build a program, it takes time. You know, this is just his second year, and he's got a number of new players this year, and give him another year or two. And what they do, they run their offense well, they work hard on defense, and as he gets more players into his system, they're going to be very, very good in the future.
What I think is cool for him, Homer, is he's recruiting players to his hometown. He's telling guys, listen, come to Edwardsville. This is where I grew up. I became successful playing at Marquette, working under Coach Crean, working under Quanzo Martin at Cal, among others. And now you can be successful right here, too.
And he has that heart. You and I had a chance to feel his heart and hear his heart. He's excited about building a good program there. And here's a freshman right there that's going to be really good.
Big block by McRoberts. McSwain and a foul.
McSwain took that baseline, went in hard. He is strong.
Personal foul, SIU Edwardsville. Christian Ellis.
Ellis picking up his third foul.
His third, the team's 8th.
He can go over and thank the strength coach, as he is strong, and he went in and he took 2 people right in there with him, like a fullback coming through the line and dragging the people.
And McSwain at the free throw line and scores his first point of the game. But John Harris, the 8th head coach in program history at Edwardsville, and the coaching duties at Missouri State, after Marquette, 3 at Tennessee, and then out at Cal following Quanzo Martin's staff around the country. And now in his second year trying to build a team here and coaching against his former head coach and a guy that he once coached with, as Eslick puts in the layup.
Eslick aggressive this second half. He's come out and taken it inside against the taller, bigger IU players and has scored.
Eslick has shown a number of different moves. Thomas Bryant in the paint, and he got fouled. Brandon Jackson picking up his third as you take a look at Barack Eslick.
Nice job. If you watch the beginning of the move, he faked to the left, and that got Edwards leaning, and then he went to the right and drove all the way to the basket. But he did a nice job in finishing because he got high and laid the ball up soft inside.
And Thomas Bryant.
Show you how versatile Thomas Bryant is. Cougars went to their 3-2 zone, and Thomas got the ball at the free throw line, what we call the high post, and he's able to put the ball down to the rim and gets fouled. But he can do a lot of things. He can turn and shoot, he can put the ball down, and he can pass, as you and I have seen.
That little cheer you heard while Bryant was shooting free throws was for Tim Priller, who checked into the game. We know he's a fan favorite, Homer.
They're going to be rooting for him to score.
Absolutely, and Priller.
No, even a rebound they on cheering.
They love Tim Priller. This is Blackman for 3. Off target, and the rebound to Thornton. Trey Harris, the up fake, the jumper no good. McSwain the rebound.
Like the ball fake. I was rooting for him there.
Might have another chance, but now they're going to call a foul.
He gets a cheer even though it doesn't count. Yeah. He's going to get one.
McSwain picks up the foul. Tim Priller, the junior out of North Richland Hills, Texas. And the fans, the students, just absolutely adore him.
Priller is going to be thrilling when he gets that basket in.
Priller the thriller is what you're saying.
He's going to be ready.
Ellis almost lost it to Priller. And they're going to call a foul.
They giving him the basket? Look at him fight inside for it. Here he is. Pass down, and the ball led him underneath the basket, so he didn't have a chance for the shot, but he stays with it. Anyway, now here he's working hard to get a jump ball.
And Priller's finding his way around the ball. And this is Harris for 3, and the rebound to Bryant.
Okay, let's see.
Long pass to McSwain! The alley-oop dunk!
That got the crowd going into it. And what a pass. What a beautiful pass by Curtis Jones. And that was almost at half court, and he lofted that up.
That was gorgeous. And now on the other end, a miss. And it comes out to Anderson. The block. The thriller indeed. And now another alley-oop, but Bryant can't finish.
Get it. He almost picked it up.
Blackman misses the 3, and here comes Harris. And his shoe came off.
Passers, watch a beautiful pass. Watch a leaper finish this, but the pass was gorgeous. Deep, just over half court, up high. Wonderful finish. He got the crowd into it.
Train, number 13, Indiana, comfortably ahead of SIU Edwardsville, and it's been a big night for the sophomore, Jawan Morgan.
Fans, the IU fans, and the people here are enjoying the double-double guy. First power move inside, and he completes it from there. Then he comes in with a driving layup off the wrong foot and uses the backboard. Now he says, well, let me step back and extend my range, and hits a three-point shot. And then, as he comes up, gets a nice pass, and he uses the rim to protect it from being blocked, so we do an up and under. Very nice package. He has not missed a shot tonight. He's 9 for 9, 8 for 8?
8 for 8.
8 for 8. Hasn't missed a shot in a double-double. Nice night for Morgan.
Yeah, absolutely. And Tom Crean mentioned before the game with OG Anunoby out for an interminable number, or a short amount of time, we think, but at least an indefinite amount of time at this point. You want to see Morgan step up like this. You want to see him play well if you're Tom Crean in Indiana, because that will soften the blow. As Eslick streaks down the floor and puts it in, he'll go to the line.
Personal foul, Indiana, number 24.
Eslick still playing hard. He likes to put the ball down and drive, gets to the rim, gets a nice little soft roll inside.
Eslick's now got 15 points.
He has played very well second half.
13 in the second half. Barack Eslick missing the free throw, and now they will get it right back. Eslick, and he is blocked, but that's a foul. I think they're going to get McSwain for that.
I like the hustle of Ellis, 13, the freshman point guard. Hard worker. Gets the ball and is able to get it back into Brock's hands so he can drive the ball again. But nice hustle by the freshman.
Give it to Grant Galon instead. Come Brock Eslick, yeah, no fear.
No, I like that aggressiveness. You're right. He likes to take it right in.
John Harris talking things over with his young basketball team as he tries to reshape it. You see all the freshmen. You've got 4 of them. Benton and Ellis, Jackson and Stewart, and then Julian Torres, a transfer from UIC, so he's not going to be able to play this season. But try to get some of these young guys into the program so that he can foster a new way at SIU Edwardsville.
And youth is what he's got right there, and they'll grow up into his system and get better and better every year. By the way, we did our little game.
We did.
And the Cougars lost 11-5, so IU is still beating the segments as well.
Right, we were looking at the last segment, TV timeout to TV timeout, and how long, or whether SIUE could outscore Indiana or whether they would win it. But IU has shown how deep they are and how talented they are against this young SIU Edwardsville team that is certainly rebuilding.
Nice full court press. They trapped a little bit. IU handled it very nicely. Now they're back into man-to-man.
This is Jones. Nice pass for Davis.
Great penetration and a nice hook pass. Didn't see that very often, and Davis knew exactly what to do with it.
Deron Davis now with 12, extending his career high. Ellis had that swatted away. It comes right to an open Henry. Jalen Henry now with 4 tonight, the junior out of Springfield. .30 Indiana lead, under 6.5 minutes left. Deron Davis, and he'll go to the line.
Boys, we look at the monitor here, we're going to be able to see a great dunk. Wonderful pass by Jones, and then Davis knows exactly how to flush it down. Wonderful court vision and drive by Jones, and he's just a freshman. He's got long arms, and going to be very, very pleasant for the fans to watch him the next few years.
Yeah, he's got a lot of potential here at Indiana. You've seen some of the young guys come through tonight. And that's a good point you make, Homer, because this Indiana team, they come off the win over North Carolina on Wednesday. They've now got 2 wins over top teams this season, and understandably, a lot of people looking at this IU team as one that might be able to play the final weekend this season, but it's also a very young team. Despite how talented they are, this is a very young Indiana team.
Very good observation, and I'm hoping Priller the Thriller comes back in very soon. He's looking intently, yes. Like to see him get a basket.
This is Benton, can't get the roll, and then underneath. That is Simmons, who's now got 4.
Nice job by the Cougars. They're trying to play hard and stay in there. Good box out, kept Davis off the board.
Eslick in traffic, too short.
Good idea. They're setting up now, going to run something. Still running.
And now it is Grant Galen on the wing.
Looking for Grant to find an open area there. Oh, good pass inside to Davis. Oh!
Davis tried to feed it back to Galen, and he throws it out of bounds. But
yeah, Galen thought he was going to shoot, and he was going to go in case he missed it.
Tom Crean was clapping after that possession, even though it ended in a turnover. I think he liked the movement there.
Yes.
Not always going to be perfect execution, but at least they had the right idea. And now a foul underneath. That'll go against Galen. He's got 2.
That's his 3rd personal. The team's 9.
Check it, 3 fouls on Galen.
Eslick back at the line. Leads him in scoring.
Eslick now with 17. He's had a good second half, and you can take a look behind the basket at what Eslick is looking at. We can get a shot of this. They've got every kind of
a person,
I don't know what you
from
call
politics
these big
to
heads.
sports
Yeah,
to monitors to Star Wars.
Right. They had Betty White, I saw, Kevin Spacey. There were some ones that I don't even think have Indiana connections. I saw Kanye West. I'm pretty sure he doesn't have an IU connection. And that's Davis on the miss, and then McRoberts went up as well, but it's coming back the other way.
Zach got up well. He got up there high.
He did. Zach McRoberts, the transfer from Vermont. His brother Josh McRoberts plays for the Miami Heat. He's got great athleticism.
Ooh,
Some of the dunks he made at Duke. Ooh. This is Henry.
Nice shot. Good pull-up by him. Good to see one get down for him.
Jalen's got 6 tonight. And quickly back the other way, a nice move from Curtis Jones.
Too easy. Coach Harris is not happy with that. Getting his team back and not giving up here the last 4 minutes.
Indiana trying to move to 6-1. They are unbeaten here at Assembly Hall. And now Henry will go to the line.
Good aggressive drive. Okay, here he's coming. As we look here and we see, look at Curtis, just wide open, takes it in high and soft off the board. But the fans right here are all watching about Priller the Thriller coming in.
There's Tim Priller the Thriller, as we're now calling him. I think that this nickname should stick.
I think so.
I think it's good. Yeah.
Very deserving. He's ready too.
And that is Henry knocking down the first as Priller comes back in.
Let's see him get a basket.
And Henry gets the roll.
Nice soft touch finally from him because he's missed a couple that rolled off.
Galen racing across. Indiana comfortably ahead of SIU Edwardsville in this first matchup for Tom Crean against one of his former players, John Harris. And the steal. And now it's Anderson for SIUE. Henry knocks down the jumper over Priller.
Nice step back. Nice step back. High arch. Okay. Oh, we need Tim to touch the ball down here. I'm with the fans.
I know you are. You are an extension of them right now. Everybody wants to see Tim Priller score.
He works hard in practice. He deserves. Oh, good bounce pass.
Jones with the move underneath,
Nice.
but a whistle beforehand.
Good pass. I was ready for an assist for Tim right there.
And we will take a timeout with the Hoosiers, but they are up big. 24-point advantage on SIU Edwardsville. 54, 13th ranked Indiana cruising towards its 6th win of the season, but SIU Edwardsville not to be denied tonight by Barack Eslick. He has had an excellent second half for SIUE.
And a driver, very aggressive, taking it here, high off the boards. Penetrates again high off the backboard, and we're going to see him go again, coming in against size with Davis to score in there. He leads him with 18 points, and it's good to see him at least finish on a good note.
And Barack Eslick's parents, we know, watch a lot of his games on the internet, so Mr. and Mrs. Eslick, if you're watching, we say hello.
And your son has played very well here and has not given up or quit. He's going to have a good year with the Cougars.
Absolutely. Eslick, the senior out of Istanbul, and has had quite a game tonight here in Indiana.
But the fans, you and I are waiting.
We're waiting
for Tim the Thriller. We want him to score. So fans, don't go away. Let's see if we got 3 minutes and 28 seconds to get him a basket here.
One can only hope for number 35 from Indiana, as Curtis Jones misses the first free throw. You see Tim Priller up behind the three-point arc.
He's ready. He's back on defense, looking for a steal. Oh, 2-3 zone.
Well, these help you build a team, right? I mean, as a former coach, when you've got a guy that isn't going to play a whole lot, when everyone's rallying behind him, if you can get him a basket, that can make the kids weak, right?
Well stated. And he works hard in practice. He helps the other players get better. And you'd like to see him rewarded for that determination and effort and time commitment to help his teammates.
2 seconds on the shot clock. Benton a three try, and that's off target. Priller got his hand on the ball, so the crowd cheers.
Okay, let's see how they work the ball.
Deron Davis playing with 4 fouls here in the final 2:40. McSwain lost the handle, and SIUE tried to save it, but
IU still has time. Got 9 seconds.
Brandon Jackson stepped down the line. Grant Galen back into the game for IU. Curtis Jones will get to rest. Tom Crean letting the young guys play.
I think just a direct pass right into the Thriller. There you go.
There it is. Coach Drew drawing it up. And this is Devontae Green.
Green made that easy. Just a nice, easy drive. Defense was lacking. Put it up very easily. 2-3 zone. I'm still rooting and hoping here.
I know you are, and that's Jackson
There
the
you
miss
go.
and Priller the rebound.
That's
Swain
it.
hitting him.
Now they're looking for him. Help him out a little bit. Penetrate. Take it.
8 to shoot for Indiana.
Oh, give it inside. Okay, get the rebound.
McSwain missing the three. The rebound to IU. Nice feed to Grant Galen.
Yeah. Nice pass. Good sharing. And everyone has scored now. Everyone except number 35. We're rooting. We want him to score.
And that's Trey Harris living up to his name, knocking down his second triple of the night.
There you go. Make a move.
Priller tried to feed underneath. McSwain there, and he gets fouled.
Darn. He's looking for an assist. I think he's looking for an assist right there.
Well, you take a look at Tim Priller. You know everybody wants him to do it. He knows too.
Oh, sure. And that adds more pressure, you know, for him to find a shot and then to make the shot. So, yes, there is a little anxiety there. I've got anxiety for him.
I know. I can feel it. I'm hoping for you that this will happen. And for the crowd here at Assembly Hall. It would be great to see.
Okay, minute 14. Still time. Still time. People are awake. People are excited. They want to see it.
And the miss and the rebound comes to Josh White. SIUE's next game will be Wednesday against Stetson. This loss will move them to 4-4 on the season, to fall to 2-2 on the road. Harris, another three.
Nice shot, built for the future here.
Harris's mom was a great basketball player at SIUE. Mom Leanne, fourth all-time in scoring in women's basketball. Galen, a long three try, no good. Priller unable to get the rebound.
You got one hand, couldn't get the other hand on it.
And Harris nearly lost it.
Let him run.
And a bump there, and
good call.
Yep, that's a foul on Quentin Taylor.
Yeah, he charged right in. You can see it right here. Good positioning, had both feet in front.
Shot clock is off now.
Okay, I'm going to put time back on the clock so that we have time to see Tim make a basket here.
Trying to live the dream for Tim. Indiana getting set to win its 6th game of the year.
Oh, okay, good hustle. Get it out, get it out.
And there's
nice
a steal.
Wait till your teammate.
12 seconds left. I don't know if they're going to shoot this here.
No.
They're going to run it out.
We'll save it for another night.
Another night indeed.
Give him that opportunity.
But Indiana, a decisive win tonight over SIU Edwardsville, and Tom Crane gets the victory over his former player in John Harris, and the Hoosiers complete a perfect week. They are now 6-1 on the season following the win. So for Homer Drew, I'm Jordan Burnfield saying so long from Bloomington, Indiana. The final score tonight, number 13 Indiana 83, SIU Edwardsville 60. To watch this entire game on replay as well as other games on our family of ESPN networks, log on to watchespn.com or download the Watch ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN. Good night, everybody.